Hey everybody, how's it going? Today, it's my pleasure to bring you a detailed, in-depth look at the all-new 2014 Cadillac XTS all-wheel drive V-Sport Platinum. The Cadillac V-Sport models are designed to bridge the gap between the standard cars and the high-performance V-Series. And for the 2014 model year, the XTS is the first to debut the V-Sport badge and features a new 3.6-liter twin-turbocharged V6 and standard all-wheel drive. So this is going to be a detailed, in-depth view of the XTS V-Sport. We'll start it up to the engine, get an exhaust clip and go over the performance data, as well as show you a bunch of the unique aspects of the interior as well as exterior. And before we begin, I'd like to extend a big thanks and special shout out to Bill Black Chevrolet Cadillac, located in Greensboro, North Carolina, for allowing me to come out and film the all-new 2014 Cadillac XTS V-Sport all-wheel drive Platinum. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up, let her run. As you can see, the vehicle comes standard with the remote start, and upon starting, the vehicle's exterior LED lights automatically illuminate. The XTS also has a LED illumination accenting each of the door handles across the middle portion here in between the polished accent. It lights up at night so you can more easily see the handle. There's also a standard smart key access system. On all four of the door handles, there's a little button right here. By just keeping the key fob in your pocket, you're able to wirelessly lock and unlock the vehicle by utilizing that button. Press it once to lock, then after waiting a second, tap the button again. It unlocks the driver's door, and once more to unlock the rest of the doors. The exterior color is known as Black Raven, featuring a full premium light platinum leather interior with dark urban accents, unique wooden inlays for the platinum trim, as well as an Alcantara headliner. Now unlock that smart key system, the XTS also comes standard with a remote push-button ignition system. All you have to do to start is put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Now the XTS can be had with two different types of rack and pinion steering setups depending on if you have front wheel drive or all wheel drive. Standard on front wheel drive cars is a speed proportional electric assist unit, while standard on all wheel drive cars, and of course standard with the V-Sport, is a hydraulic assist speed proportional variable ratio steering setup. Typically, hydraulic steering gives a little bit more of a driver focused feel, gives you a little bit more of a natural road feel than a more artificial electric assist unit, but it all depends on the respective car and brand. It's also a unique, supple leather-wrapped 4-spoke steering wheel, accented in wooden inlays down below here, as well as black piano veneer and polished chrome accent highlighting some of the multifunction controls. Bright work that wraps around the entire horn ring also gives a unique styling cue to the XTS. The V-Sport also features an electronically controlled, hydromatic 6-speed automatic gearbox like you would find in the standard XTS, but it's been beefed up a little bit to handle the increased power demands. You can also shift the vehicle manually via a set of paddle shifters mounted behind the steering wheel. Once you put the vehicle in reverse, an integrated backup camera appears with guidance lines that automatically adjust as you turn the wheel. There's also a vibrating seat mechanism built into the driver's seat and comes on when in reverse. If somebody's approaching you from the right side of the vehicle, the right portion of the seat will actually vibrate. If you're approaching something straight on behind you, both the sides and vice versa, if somebody's coming in from the left side, you'll have a little vibration over here, so it'll draw the attention to the driver a little bit faster. Nicely accented with polished trim, wood veneers, and a leather housing. Now, for those of you who've seen my previous XTS reviews, will be all too familiar with this system, but if you haven't, the XTS, one of the first things you notice when you power on the vehicle is its 12.3-inch thin-film transistor liquid crystal display, housing analog gauges in a digital fashion with a very detailed driver information system and reconfigurable displays. It's all pretty neat and definitely customizable. Off to the right-hand side of the steering wheel is the basic controller for that. There's the little directional arrows and this little controller in here highlighted by that little chrome ring. You can click it up, down, left, and right, and push in to hit select or to select your different options. So basically, this particular setup right here is called the performance screen. If you click it left and right, you'll see how it highlights the speedometer and then highlights the driver information setup. So when it's highlighted, that's the system that you can use. So for example, while you're highlighting the speedometer cluster, you can bring up a digital speed readout. Just bring up the needle if you didn't want anything. Navigation, system settings, and then you have your navigation, radio data, Bluetooth telephone, as well as vehicle info. And what's pretty neat about the vehicle info screen, when you hit select, the car will change positions between the different vehicle diagnostic systems, tire pressure monitoring system, oil, battery, all pretty neat. But if you want to go to the different screens, you have to go over to the right and hit the system settings. You can change your display layout, the info pages, as well as the system units. Balanced, enhanced, simple, and like I said, we're on the performance right now. So balanced is pretty much the standard screen. Traditional gauge setup, your tachometer off to the left, your vehicle fuel and temperature off to the right, and then your speedometer in the middle with that driver info system like I mentioned earlier. But what's neat about this one is that you can configure the pods on the left and the right this time. So if we click on over to the left, it's the same driver info system like I just showed you. Turbo boost, and then just bringing up the needle. Same for the middle here. And then your radio, XM, phone, all that good stuff. And just to show you the other layouts real fast. Simple. And then enhanced. So you can definitely find one to suit your taste. And so we're going to flip on the automatic headlamps, as well as the hazards. So let's check out the exterior, shall we? The vehicle will also chime a few times, letting you know it's lost detection of the proximity key fob. The Cadillac XTS is the brand's new, full-size luxury sedan that made its market debut for 2013. When it arrived, it represented the most advanced, technology-laden model to date, completely shedding the image of past DeVilles and other traditional highway cruisers. First and foremost, the elegant yet modern styling is a glimpse of Cadillac's direction and goals with their current model lineup. A natural progression of the art and science design philosophy that gives a hint of performance while unmistakably being a Cadillac. This gives the XTS a very youthful appearance, while still having unique styling cues that relate to the brand's heritage. Since the XTS, we've also seen the new ATS, a BMW 3 Series fighter, as well as the all-new CTS midsize offering. To continue raising the bar as far as a true performance contender, Cadillac is now offering more power to their standard cars to help bridge the gap between their signature V-Series performance machines. These new models, dubbed V-Sport, adds the new twin-turbo variant of GM's silky smooth 3.6-liter V6, pumping out over 400 horsepower and a whopping 105 pound-feet of torque more than its naturally aspirated counterpart, as low as 1900 RPM. Like the Buick LaCrosse and the all-new Chevy Impala, the XTS rides on GM's new Epsilon 2 platform. While similar in proportions may be noticed between the different bodies, each car has their own unique style and features. As far as comparing size of the XTS, it was originally designed to replace the aged STS and DTS sedans and basically slots in between the two. While this is the largest luxury sedan Cadillac currently offers, it was originally stressed that it is not the brand's flagship, hinting at possible exciting things to come in the future. Across the lineup, the modern Cadillac boasts unique and distinct styling with vertical LED-accented adaptive xenon headlamps, modern refinement and innovative technology to bring Cadillac to an all-new level. There's also a host of new safety innovations that are also available in the XTS, which includes blind spot monitoring, front and rear parking sensors with cross-path detection, lane departure warning, and a pre-collision detection system with optional adaptive cruise control. Other than the typical upgrades you have on the top-line Platinum collection, the V-Sport receives special badging on the rear, unique 20-inch wheels, and a blacked-out grille. Lower-cost luxury and premium collections are also available. While the base XTS is standard front-wheel drive, it can also be had with all-wheel drive. The V-Sport, naturally with its 410 horsepower, comes with all-wheel drive as standard equipment. It features Haldex technology with an electronically controlled limited slip differential that splits the torque between the rear wheels. It essentially complements the advanced high-performance suspension system that's based on the McPherson design. It features dual path top mountings that separate the transfer of spring and damper loads to the body structure. This provides a more linear and communicative steering system through improved camber control, reduced torque steer and impact isolation over bumps and rough surfaces, as well as improved sensitivity to tire irregularities and wheel imbalance. The magnetorological adaptive shock absorbers, standard equipment for the XTS, also work to reduce heave, pitch, and roll to give the best balance for ride and handling on any road surface. It uses magnetically charged fluid that adjusts the damping levels proportional to the fluid's viscosity, up to 1,000 times a second. There are two modes, Standard and Sport, which are tuned specifically for the V-Sport in order to decrease body roll compared to standard cars. As far as the rest of the suspension details, it's fully independent with double wishbones in the rear, as well as rear air shocks, so you can always be rest assured that the Cadillac will still ride like a Cadillac, but still be more composed than any other large Cadillac sedan before it. Overall length is 202 inches with a width of 72.9 inches and a height of 59.4 inches, riding on a 111-inch wheelbase. Total curb weight, as equipped, is around 4,340 pounds. Standard on the XTS Platinum is a unique set of bright polished 20 by 8.5-inch aluminum alloy wheels wrapped in 245/40 tires. Brakes are a large 13.6-inch, one-piece ventilated steel discs with 4-piston fixed Brembo calipers in front and 12.4-inch vented steel discs in the rear with single-piston sliding calipers. With this setup, expect the V-Sport to stop from 60 miles an hour in a relatively short 115 feet. So we're going to pop the hood. The XTS is propelled by GM's new twin-turbo, all-aluminum, 3.6-liter dual-overhead cam 24-valve V6, also with dual variable valve timing and direct injection. The system puts out 410 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 369 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,900 RPM. This propels the XTS to 60 miles an hour as little as 5.3 seconds with a quarter-mile time of 13.7 seconds at 104.4 miles an hour. The new twin-turbo V6 is also exclusive to the V-Sport and has a tremendous amount of enhancements over the standard 3.6. In fact, 90% of the parts are new. To start, an all-new cylinder block casting, strengthened connecting rods, machined and domed aluminum pistons with top steel ring carriers for greater strength, and a 10.2:1 compression ratio. It also features an integrated charge air cooler system with low-volume air ducts. 12 pounds of boost from the twin turbos, vacuum-assisted wastegates with electronic control valves, and an all-new direct injection system. The cylinder heads are also unique. They feature high-tumble intake port design that enhances the motion of the air charge for a more efficient burn when it's mixed with the direct injected fuel and ignited via the combustion chamber. And, since this is more of an understated side of luxury, the intakes have been tuned with aluminum cam covers for a quiet power plant. As far as fuel economy, with a 20-gallon tank running on premium required gas, expect a miles per gallon rating between 16 city and 24 on the highway. Over the years, Cadillac's made great strides as far as quality of materials and overall interior solidity is concerned. Throughout, you'll see genuine wood veneers, aluminum trim, and black piano lacquer. Platinum models feature top-shelf luxury of the XTS lineup, including the softest leather surfaces, signature wood trim, and every feature optional to other trim levels. Across the doors, you have soft padded armrests with stitched accenting coming across the top of the panel. Also, the unique wood trim specific to the Platinum model that features two different types of wood. the aluminum trim down below, as well as aluminum door handles, and all of your electric accessories including your windows, locks, mirrors, two-person memory and easy exit function, as well as storage down below with your power trunk release. Now, the interior doesn't differ between the V-Sport and other trims, so you still have the seating and comfort you'd expect out of a large sedan. The seats feature a reasonable amount of support with an emphasis on comfort rather than corner carving ability. Your power adjustments are located down below with 4-way power lumbar as well as a manual thigh extension. It is perforated across the middle for the heating and ventilated function of the seat, not to mention your side curtain airbags, adjustable seatbelts, and adjustable headrests. Across the middle, you also have a gray color accent band with some chrome heritage badging. Continuing on through the interior, you do have some signature door entry guards specific to the Platinum model. The entire lower portion of the dash is also padded and features a storage compartment off to the far left. The steering wheel is power tilt telescoping and also features heat like I showed you earlier. The storage compartment is also lined in felt for a little bit more of a soft feeling. Soft padded dash with color accent stitching also wraps across the entire vehicle with perforated trim coming across the middle, separated by the wood veneer and aluminum trim. Nicely finished off with an Alcantara headliner in the Platinum model and a panoramic glass roof.
So let's go and see how she sounds.
There is a rev limiter and parking neutral around 3,500 RPM. And we're going to shut her up. Nice soft closing panels. Now, since the Platinum is the top tier of the XTS lineup, you'd also expect it to have a top tier multimedia and entertainment system, and it does, including a standard 14-speaker Bose Studio surround sound system with rear-mounted subwoofer and 2 personal speakers located on the back of each seat, truly immersing you in the surround sound experience. Now, the Cadillac Q system, otherwise known as Cadillac User Experience, first made its initial market debut as part of the XTS when it was first introduced. Now it's making its way to the rest of the model lineup as a really cool smartphone-based integrated technology. For an in-depth look at how the Cadillac Q system works, please see the annotation below or the link in the video description. In the demo, I'll highlight all menus and features, as well as haptic feedback controls, while showing options, settings, and even how to pair your Bluetooth-enabled smartphone. Not to mention the hidden storage compartment. A quick run-through of all the basic functions of the Cadillac Q system or Cadillac User Experience. Of course, your Alcantara pillars and side curtain airbags, grip handles, and Bluetooth microphones on either side of the vehicle so all the passengers can be heard equally. You also have an extra speaker above your visor, and that's for the Bose Audio Pilot, which is the system that compensates for exterior road noise to help keep the interior quiet. A new frameless rearview mirror introduced on the 2013 Camaro gives it a little bit more of a classy look, and it's also auto-dimming. And in the top stack, you have your full LED interior illumination, as well as OnStar controls and hands-free telephone, 3-position garage home link, as well as a standard power rear sunshade for Platinum models. Both of the rear doors also feature manual sunshades. You also have your controls for your fully automatic sunroof and sunshade. Open it, and the sunshade goes all the way back and the glass roof comes over the back portion. Once it's in place again, just push the sunshade button back again and it automatically comes back forward. On either side of the Q system, you have your electronic glove box actuator, as well as parking sensor activation. On the left-hand side, traction control and lane departure warning amongst your hazard switch. Encasing the center console is the leather padding, as well as the perforated trim, aluminum accenting, and down below, 2 cup holders and a storage space up top with a 12-volt power outlet. Continuing on back, you also have a leather accented center console with a good amount of space. It also features some illumination, lined in felt with all of your media inputs and an extra power outlet. As far as the steering wheel, on the right hand side, like you saw earlier with the TFT display, you have your driver info system as well as your radio controls. On the left hand side, you have your hands-free telephone and voice commands, cruise control, adaptive cruise with your pre-collision detection system, and a heated steering wheel. Your windshield wipers are automatic rain sensing, and there's an electronic parking brake. Pull out to activate, put your foot on the brake, and push in to deactivate. Right next to that, to the right, is the controls for your heads-up display. The heads-up display is beaten right onto the windshield so you can easily see it without taking your eyes off the road. Features a tachometer and different customizable mirrors with different things like your radio, digital speed readout, etc. We're going to shut her down and check out the back seat. Now, I wouldn't consider the XTS to be a full-size luxury sedan, but it does have pretty much amount of rear space, especially for taller individuals. The backseat passengers are treated in just about as much opulence and luxury as the front, and especially in the premium and platinum trims. This particular car has manual sunshades across the rear doors. All of the stitched padded leather accents and the unique wood grain trim specific for the platinum trim. The back seats are also perforated like I mentioned, and as you can see with that headrest over there, you can also fold them down for better visibility if you needed. If you need more storage space, you can also fold down the back seat for a flat loading space. Now, as far as rear space, I'm about 5'11" or so, and I have probably 4 or 5 inches of leg space, and maybe about an inch and a half of head space depending on where you sit. Down below, you have the electronic controls for the rear air system, a power outlet, as well as an AC outlet. A little storage. The Alcantara flows towards the back. Little quarter windows and side curtain airbags, and a Bluetooth microphone in the back as well. You also have LED reading lamps in the back and coat hooks. Little armrest accented in leather, veneer, and wood. With cup holders. And some storage. There's also a trunk pass-through for taller items. And we'll check out the rest of the vehicle, shall we? Open up the easy access trunk of the XTS and you'll find a respectable 18 cubic feet of cargo space. The trunk is nice and wide with a tall opening and low lift height. Not to mention with the collapsible rear seat like I showed you a second ago and the trunk pass-through if you need to stow some larger items. The passenger seat features the same power adjustments, including that thigh extension as you find on the driver's seat. Like I said, electronic glove box opening with your CD drive, 2-tier, also illuminated and lined in felt. By being the middleman between the STS and DTS, the XTS is truly a Cadillac for the modern era. It creates a more youthful look for Cadillac by blending luxury with a touch of sport. Now with the V-Sport, the XTS can also add performance to its list. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this detailed look at the 2014 Cadillac XTS V-Sport. Be sure to stay tuned next time, there's a lot more where that came from. Take care everybody.